I want to give you two lights to motivate you. And I want you to understand that just like in creation, there was a greater light and a lesser light. I'm going to give you a greater light and a lesser light. I'm going to give you the lesser light first. We always see someone who's converted, and for the first 6 months, they're like a wild man or a wild woman. They are just running everywhere, witnessing and talking about Christ and wanting to risk it all. But what does it take for that to not only continue on to grow into the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s until death? What can make an old man more passionate about the Christian life than when he was a young man and newly converted? I'm going to show you. First of all, the lesser light. He says in verse 9, therefore, we also have as our ambition, whether at home or absent, to be pleasing to Him. Everyone in heaven, all they do is they think about pleasing Christ. And they do please Christ. And you may say to yourself, I can't wait to get there. No. Paul says, I want that now. I want to be pleasing to Christ now. And he said, it's my ambition. You see, so many people have this idea that when they become a Christian, they should lose all ambition. No. You should have more ambition than anyone on this planet. It's just ambition for the right thing. There was a text I shared with the class. Listen to it. If I changed it a little bit, kept faithfulness to the Greek, but changed it just a little bit so it would be difficult to recognize, and did not give a bunch of preachers the text I was citing, they would think I was quoting from some Spartan manual. He says, who will render to each person according to their deeds, to those who by perseverance in doing good seek for glory and honor and immortality. Have you ever looked at your Christian life that way? You see athletes just fighting for, see boxers and baseball players and this and that and Olympians. You see people chasing after wealth, and they're just chasing and chasing and chasing. It's their ambition, Paul was ambitious. He was far more ambitious than any secular mind you could ever imagine. But he was ambitious. He was seeking for glory, honor, and immortality before Christ. Just stand before Him one day knowing, like C.T. Studd, when his daughter visited him, and he went into the little hut where he was living. She had visited him, and she was now newly married, and he sees her, and he runs into the hut, and he comes out, and he looks a little distraught, and he said, I went in my hut to give, I wanted to give you something for your wedding, but I gave everything to Christ years ago. I don't have anything. Can you imagine? Think about it, men. Some of you want to stand on podiums and you want to be honored here and there. Think about it. Standing, being able to stand because of His blood, because of His justification, be able to stand before Him, and He looks at you. He looks at you. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? He looks at you. And He says, well done. Well done. Well, what else you want? What? Well done. Well done. Well done. Really? Yeah, well done. Of course, we all know what's going on there. He knows, I know, that if there was any well done, it was He who did it. He's such a gracious God. He tells you to do something, He does it through you, and then rewards you for it. This is a win-win.